everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I am almost going to be moving, and this is going to be my last Empties video that you see with this setting. So I just figured, in the spirit of clearing stuff out, trying to prepare for my move, I would sit down and film my Empties video because I actually have quite a few stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. If you are new here, my Empties videos are basically where I go through my beauty and lifestyle trash. I basically, instead of throwing them in a trash can, I throw them in a bag that I keep in my room, so that way I can go through the products and share with you how I felt about them. I give it a full meal deal review because I finished the product, so I have a really good idea of how I feel about it, what I repurchased, what I not, is it a repurchase product, etc., all that good stuff. So if you guys want to see me dive into the wait, he's like right there. There's like a thunderstorm going on outside in Vegas right now, so she doesn't like thunder, let me just put it that way. But anywho, if you guys want to see all of my empties for the past couple months, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, so this is the bag that I keep it in, and I'm just gonna pull stuff out all willy-nilly. There you go, this is a good look. So the first thing that is basically falling out is the Dr. Teal's Ultra Moisturizing Mineral Soak. This is the Super Moisturizer Bath Salts with avocado oil. So the avocado oil helps hydrate and nourish skin. Natural mineral salts soothe tired and achy muscles and feet. It's made in the USA. I've mentioned Dr. Teal several times on my channel before, but I think they are the best affordable bath shower product company. I don't really use their shower products as much as I do their baths. I love their bubble baths. I love their bath salts. This lasted me so long, and that's probably because I used less than I guess what they suggest you use. I only honestly use like 2 teaspoons. I would keep like a plastic spoon in here and just spoon out 2 teaspoons every time. And honestly, I felt that it was enough for me, but you just, be your own judge. What's that white stuff on my hair? You be your own judge depending on how much you need. It's not like super rough. It's very soft, if that makes sense, for a bath salt formula. So they're not like super coarse or rough or anything like that, but this is an awesome product and definitely would repurchase again. I am so blessed that my new place has a really big, beautiful tub. Speaking of Dr. Teal's and bath stuff, the Dr. Teal's Foaming Bath Relax and Relief with Eucalyptus and Spearmint. This is a repurchase of mine. I usually like to try out different scents that this brand comes out with. I know they're constantly coming out with new varieties, but this one is one that I purchase time and time again. This one, I also love the lavender one because this truly is so invigorating. It smells like a spa. Eucalyptus and spearmint. It's one of those scents that's really like invigorating to your mind, but also calming at the same time. Nourishes your skin. You get 34 fluid ounces for like $6, and that is a bargain unlike any other. So for that reason, I always purchase this, and it does make your tub all nice and foamy. Even if you don't have jets in your tub, just on a regular bath, like it foams up so nicely that I'm like, okay, that is a 10 out of 10 repurchase always. Okay, I have some hand soaps, and forgive me guys, I'm gonna be going out of order because I am pulling out from this bag, so I don't have any categories or anything, so I apologize, but I'm gonna do my best to just kind of group things together as I see them. Like these guys right here are all hand soaps. So this one funny story is I've had for a few years. My mom actually, the first time she visited me, or around one of the first times she visited me 3 years ago, she sent me a care package, and this was in it. This is a Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Lemon Verbena hand soap. I really do like Mrs. Meyer's hand soaps. I'm actually currently using one in my kitchen right now, and I really do like this scent. There's something so appealing about this package. It does really clean your hands. It's definitely a more natural formula, but you guys know I love Bath & Body Works, and since I have tried the foaming formulas, honestly, nothing compares. It's not like I wouldn't repurchase this. Like I said, I'm currently using one right now, but that's actually because it was given to me. It's not because I bought it on my own. But honestly, I will like wash my hands at my like kitchen sink with that Mrs. Meyer's hand soap, and then when I go to the bathroom and I wash my hands in my bathroom sink, which has a Bath & Body Works foaming hand soap, I'm like, oh, there really is a difference. Like it's so much more creamy and sudsy and foamy, and it is personal preference, but it's just personally more my speed now. I love the Bath & Body Works foaming hand soaps. I love the scents. I love the packaging. I love that the scent lingers on your skin. I love the experience. It really does feel like you're getting a nice deep cleanse because it's just this nice foaming action. So I went through Endless Weekend and Fiji White Sands. These were like my spring summer scents. Everything's kind of out of order for me because I've been buying one-off things. You guys know I didn't do a summer haul because I'm moving. Will I do a fall haul? Maybe. I'm not sure, but also because like buying lots of furniture and I have utilities and bills and a new mortgage I have to pay. I have so many new expenses incurring, you know, just the moving stuff. So will I have it in me and in my bank account to do a fall haul? We'll see. Stay tuned. I know I'll definitely buy stuff here and there, but just in terms of buying like everything at once, I'm not sure. But obviously if I can and I do, you will see it. But yes, these are really, really great scents. I love Fiji White Sands. I love Endless Weekend. These are both scents I've had in candles before. So I'm so glad I tried them out in hand soaps because they are just as potent and just as wonderful. Another bath product. I'm sorry, I should have looped this in with my Dr. Teal's, but I didn't see it till just now. This is the Vita Bath Heavenly Coconut Cream Paraben and Dye-Free Bubble Bath. I also really, really do love this brand as well. I got this at Ulta. It is a little bit more expensive than this, but you get the same like liter size. It was still relatively affordable. I think it was between $10 and $12 to $13. And this is great. It's free of propylene glycol, paraben, silicones, a lot of that icky stuff. And I do love this scent. Oh my gosh, I think I spoke about the lavender one in my last Empties video, and I talked about how that one wasn't as potent as I would have liked it to be, and this one is definitely a really nice potent coconut cream scent, so I would repurchase this for sure. I love a good creamy coconut kind of vibe, especially for summer. I will say this over and over again. Pumpkin is fall, coconut is summer, peppermint is winter, and spring I feel like is kind of like you can do anything in spring because it's like just after winter, but it's like just before summer. And then fall, of course, is very much like pumpkin, apple, like very much like, you know. Okay, this is not very exciting, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. This is the Method Anti-Bac Bathroom Cleaner. I love Method soaps. I love Method anything, really. They make a lot of great cleaners and soaps that are more natural and, you know, pet-friendly, kid-friendly, human health-friendly. This was in the spearmint set, and I love this. I would use this every weekend to clean my bathroom, my countertops, my toilets, whatever it may be. And I really did enjoy it. I love the scent, and I love that it's not as harsh as some of the other traditional bathroom cleansers. And I also really do like the packaging and the spray. The spray is really important, and this is a good spray. Okay, sorry, I just found another hand soap. This is the Kitchen Mandarin soap, and I got this for spring, I believe. And I really do like this scent. I love the kitchen touted kind of products because I've said this before in my videos that when I'm in the kitchen washing, I prefer like a nice, clean, bright scent. So mandarin, lime, citrus, lemon, like all of that stuff is like perfect for kitchen in my opinion, and I thought this was great. Would I repurchase? Definitely. Sunscreen, the Australian Gold Instant Bronzer Continuous Spray Sunscreen. This and the Ulta Spray Sunscreen are my favorite spray sunscreens, and I love this one because it does have a little bit of that bronze tint to it, so that when you spray it on your body, you get a nice little like bronze shimmer. I will say that even with the regular Australian Gold, which I also am currently going through, it's just in a yellow bottle that doesn't have the bronzer in it, it still gives your skin that really beautiful glow, just from the fact that I think it is a sunscreen and it does have like those oils in it. But if you want a little bit of color, get this, but make sure that you rub it in, otherwise it can look a little bit streaky, or like if you're in the water or you're sweating, it runs like brown because of the brown color. So that's my only call out with this, but I love this. This is actually, I think, a repurchase. I think I've bought this once before, but I really do enjoy it. I have my Holy Grail nighttime face cream. This is the Ultra Repair or First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Intense Hydration Cream. I finally finished this jar after almost 3 years, honestly. I got this, I think, December of 2018. I'm all done with it now. I recommend this face cream to so many people. Like everybody who was like, I need a rich, nourishing, but lightweight face cream, I say, hello, look no further than this. I think technically you can use this on anywhere else. Yeah, face and elsewhere. If you have eczema, dry parched skin, minor irritation. This feels like a cloud of comfort on your skin. It's not thick in the sense where it's like greasy and like heavy. It's just very nourishing and it's very hydrating, and I have oily skin and this does not irritate my skin at all. I love it so much, and it has colloidal oatmeal in it, which is a skin protectant. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful product, regardless, even if you don't have irritated skin, even if you don't have dry skin, you're just looking for a nice face cream. I honestly think this is it. It's unfragrant, it's safe for sensitive skin. It's just such a universally good product that I love this. And I have other face creams that I've gotten, so I'm gonna go through those first, but when I repurchase this, like absolutely, it's amazing. Another product that comes in a jar, the Elemis Dynamic Resurfacing Facial Pads. I got these in a BoxyCharm and I really, really grew to enjoy them. This comes with 60 pads, I believe. Yes, 60 pads. I would use one every other night. So I have a weird kind of skincare routine where on the days where I don't wash my hair, I do like a mask and then I do a more acidic toner, and this would be like the toner that I would use because it really is meant to resurface your skin. I wouldn't use it every day. That's personally just me, but they act as an effective yet gentle exfoliator. I really did enjoy these pads. They're like the individual small pads you just sweep across your face. Definitely convenient to travel with, even though this is pretty big to travel, but you know what I mean. First Aid Beauty also has some facial radiance pads that I also have and I've also used and loved, and I think I've spoken about those before. Kind of like the same thing and also less expensive. This is the Ordinary Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1% high strength formula and mineral blemish formula. Looks like this. The Ordinary makes some of the best simple skincare, and I have quite a few of their products. I've tried quite a few, liked a lot, didn't like some. This was one that I really did like, and I think I may have mentioned this in a favorites video. Niacinamide is one of those things that's supposed to aid with blemishes. It's supposed to help hyperpigmentation, which is great for me. Like, so for example, I'm currently dealing with this blemish right here. I'm putting different things on it, obviously, but I know that once it fades, it will leave a little bit of a scar behind, or a hyper, pigmentation mark, because I am prone to that. I am prone to scarring. Like, I can usually get rid of a blemish pretty quickly, but the scar or the pigment it will leave behind, the dark spot it'll leave behind, is something that will take longer to combat, to make it go away. This is one of those things that's kind of a great 2-in-1. I would use this in the morning, and I would repurchase, but I actually purchased the Inky List version instead, which is also a very affordable kind of back to basics concentrated skincare brand. So I'm going through that. I don't know if I love it just as much yet. I have to try it out a little bit more, but so far I think it's great. And once I go through that, I will make a decision, like which one would I repurchase again. Okay, a body product. This is, I think, my favorite, or one of my favorite top 5 Bath & Body Works shower gels I've ever tried, like in my life. This is the Raspberry Jam Donut shower gel. I just love the experience of showering with this. I love the scent. I would get in the shower and look forward to using this, because Bath & Body Works shower gels, they're extremely potent in scent. They lather really well, and that's why I personally love using them, because it makes the shower experience a whole lot better. Notes in this are wild raspberry jam, powdered donut, and warm fluffy donut. Oh my God. I love a Gourmand shower scent because it just makes you feel like wrapped up and cozy and just happy, and I love it. I would 10 out of 10 repurchase this again, and would recommend to you if you're looking for something sweet, because it's not like super duper sickly sweet. It's just like sweet enough where it truly reminds you of like a bake shop. But I personally love that so much. Okay, a couple other Bath & Body Works items as well. 2 hand sanitizers, Twisted Peppermint. I bought a huge pack of this and I love it. I keep this on my dog's leash. I've given out a bunch to family and friends. This is such a good scent, even though it's like peppermint. I've used it honestly like in the spring months as well, because it's just such a nice fresh scent. I love it. Vanilla Coconut, I wasn't as big of a fan of this, but I don't know if it's because I personally prefer more like fresh citrusy scents in my sanitizers than something warm and gourmand like this. But in terms of cleansing your skin and having the scent linger, it did do a good job of that still. All of the Bath & Body Works products, the reason why I love them so much is because you get your money's worth with the scent longevity on your skin or anywhere else that you buy the product for, whether it's a candle or whatever. And the coconut cream pie hand cream is actually something that I just finished yesterday, and I did really enjoy this. It smells just like a coconut cream pie. I love the portability of these hand creams and how thick and rich they are, but they're not greasy. They really do hydrate your hands. So for that reason, I really do enjoy them. Okay, I threw this in here because even though it's not technically an empty, it's definitely old. I've had this for 4 years now, so I feel like it's definitely time. But this is the Trader Joe's 100% organic argan oil, a lightweight oil that moisturizes skin and hair naturally. And I would always use this once a week. in combination with my Fourth Ray Beauty charcoal detoxifying face oil. I would do a couple drops of that and then 1 drop of this, mix it all together, and then just go over my skin, because yes, I do have oily skin, but argan oil is something that I actually think is a good oil. It doesn't really break me out. I'm not as sensitive to it. It's supposed to be non-comedogenic. As it says, you can use it elsewhere. I just personally would never do that. I would only use it on my face. It's lightweight. It's rich in vitamin E and fatty acids. Trader Joe's makes really good skincare products for a nice, affordable price.
Oh my goodness, I have another hand soap.
This is a Vanilla Cloud foaming hand soap, and surprisingly, this is one that I didn't love. I liked it. I love the packaging. Actually, that's the main reason why I got it, because of the packaging, and I thought it would complement what I've got going on in my bathroom very well. Whipped vanilla, apple blossom, and sandalwood. I didn't love it as much as I hoped I would. It smells nice, but again, I think I'm just kind of like a fresh hand soap kind of gal, especially in the foaming formula, so I don't think I would repurchase this. Okay, we've got something that I really did enjoy using. This is the Purito Comfy Water Block Sunscreen in SPF 50, and I bought this because, you know, TikTok, everyone was raving about Purito, and I loved this formula. I loved how lightweight it was. It's a water-based formula, so as someone with oily skin, it never made me look oily or break out or give me too much moisture on my skin. It truly was such a good product, but Purito got into some kind of scandal where I guess they were you know, like touting the products to be a higher SPF than they actually were. So after I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm not going to repurchase this because I want to know exactly like what I'm getting. Like, clear labeling is very important. But I love that it was SPF 50, no stickiness, light texture, 70% water-based formula, 100% physical, non-nano sunblock, essential oil free. Like, every single claim is true and something that I really did love about it, and it really is a comfortable product. Hopefully they can remedy that situation going on, or maybe they have. If you know about that, let me know in the comments down below. But I really did enjoy that sunscreen, and I would repurchase. I just won't yet until they fix what they've got going on, you know? All right, next up here, let's talk about a random product. This is the Vanilla Coconuts Deodorizing Wipes for Dogs and Puppies. I actually got these from Walmart because someone was talking about how these were the best wipes ever, and these really are very good. They're thick, they're very moist, and they do a really good job at wiping my dog. I wipe my dog every night after I take her for her like afternoon walk. Whenever we come home, I always wipe her feet because we don't wear shoes in this house. So, you know, my dog's feet have to be clean all the time. It smelled really nice. They were jumbo enough where they would get her whole body if I really needed to, and I could do everything in one wipe. So I highly recommend these, and these were also like $7 for 100 jumbo dog wipes. Really, really, really good. I know there's lots of wipes out there. I've personally tried so many, but these are good if you have a Walmart nearby or you're ordering some things on Walmart. I know, this is a lifestyle channel too. This is the Lavender Hypoallergenic Ecos Laundry Detergent 4-in-1 plant-powered concentrated formula. But this is a laundry detergent with built-in fabric softener. I always actually use a separate fabric softener, but this is a great laundry detergent. It's more on the natural side, obviously, which is why I liked it. pH balanced, biodegradable, never tested on animals, made without dyes, parabens, all that stuff that you would find in like maybe a more name brand thing like Tide. I definitely like the claims, and this is something that I've repurchased, and I would repurchase it again. My second order is literally coming in tonight because I got this monster on my like forehead, and I was like, oh, I need to find my pimple patches, and I forgot I had run out, so I got new ones because they're obviously an essential. So yes, I would repurchase these, but this is this is very interesting packaging by Basic Concepts. 120 patches of tea tree oil, which helps to fight the bacteria. It's an antibacterial ingredient, and the hydrocolloid, which is that ingredient that sucks out the stuff from your pores. And yeah, they're basically pimple patches. You can pretty self-explanatory, but I love these because they come in a variety of different sizes, small, medium, and large. So I really, really do enjoy the fact that they just pull stuff out, and you know, depending on your pimple size, you can find one that suits you or suits that pimple. And yeah, I've spoken about how on Amazon I've tried different pimple patch brands because I believe Mighty Patch, even though I think that's like the OG, there are more affordable options out there, and in my opinion, they all kind of do the same thing. I do like that this also has tea tree oil in it. What I repurchased? Like, yes, I just told you I did. So, Grande Lash MD. I loved this so much. Would I repurchase? I would. I honestly would. This is such a good lash enhancing serum. I think I spoke about this in my March or April favorites, and I really did notice a difference. And now that I'm not using it anymore, I see my lashes like being normal again, and it's not like they like shrunk in size, but I'm like, oh man, if I had that, I would love to be using it. I would definitely repurchase this again, maybe just not now with everything else I mentioned, but the one thing I will say is that, and maybe this is on me, don't put it on your bottom lashes, because I noticed some hair growth like on here. And maybe that's just me. Let me know in the comments if you've had this and you've experienced the same thing or maybe different. But this was so great for my top lashes. I really truly saw a difference, and on my bottom lashes as well. I just didn't like the growth that I saw down here. Maybe it wasn't related to this, but I have a feeling it was. But if I were to buy it again, it's an easy solve. I just won't put it on my bottom lashes and it's fine. But I really, really did enjoy this product, and I think it's so expensive, but it's definitely worth it, because it's not one of those things like makeup or even like skincare that you would buy multiples of. You would just buy one lash serum, so it's worth it to me in that regard. I have the Acure Juice Cleanse. Wow, these are old. I've had these in here for so many months. The Super Greens Adaptogens Shampoo and Conditioner. These were just okay. I honestly bought these because I love discovering more affordable, organic, natural, underrated gems. I've said that pretty much throughout the duration of me filming YouTube. Like, that's kind of like not my niche, but something I really do love. Like, I love discovering new brands that are cruelty-free and natural and all that stuff. And Acure makes some really, really good face products that I've bought for myself and also friends and family. So I want to try their hair products, but these didn't really have great reviews, but I bought them in store because they were on sale. I love the packaging. This is like one of my favorite colors ever. But I didn't really feel like it did much, and maybe because the formulas were so natural. Yeah, the conditioner didn't do anything special. The shampoo didn't lather as much as I wanted it to. So for those reasons, I wouldn't repurchase these again. Okay, then we have something I obviously have repurchased, and it took me everything to not repurchase this. Well, actually, I wanted to buy the new one that was a dupe of the Sol de Janeiro one, but they were sold out. But this is the coconut body butter from Trader Joe's. I've spoken about this umpteen times. Not gonna bother you with it again, but so good, so rich, so yummy, so nourishing, so deliciously scented for very few dollars, $5. Chocolate Grams candle from Bath & Body Works. Don't have to stay here long because I did do a winter haul where I talked about this. I went through it. I really did enjoy it for the winter time. Then we have the Pharmacy Cheer Up Brightening Vitamin C Eye Cream. I did really enjoy this. I love the formula, but I don't love jars for eye creams, and I've realized that because when you get to the bottom, you have to really like dig your nail in. I much prefer a squeezy tube because then you can control how much you get in. You don't get it in your nails or anything. You can just like dab it on and be all nice. Formula wise, it's good. There are so many different kinds of eye creams, and for eye creams personally, it's not one of those things that I notice like a huge night and day difference. So for that reason, I don't know if I would repurchase this so readily again, but I didn't dislike it. I mean, I did like it. Okay, the Fourth Ray Beauty Fresh AF Energizing Mist. I really did enjoy this as a face mist first thing in the morning. You guys know that's like my toner in the morning. I just spray some of this on my face, go over it with like a rose quartz face roller. And I do like this, but I love my Mellow Milk face mist more, and I'm going through that currently, so I'm gonna probably repurchase that. Well, actually, I bought a Pacifica face mist that I'm gonna use after I run out of my Mellow Milk one, but after that, I would probably repurchase the Mellow Milk instead of the Fresh AF. I did really enjoy this. It felt really, really nice. I just love the calming feeling that the Mellow Milk gives me a little bit more. Okay, we also ran out of the Ordinary Azelaic Acid Suspension. This is one that I did enjoy. It's a brightening formula, and I also learned about this from TikTok. This, unlike this, is more of a like silicone formula. It's a silicone-based formula as opposed to something that's like ceramy. But this did a good job as well. I don't know how beneficial the silicone is. I know one time I tried the Ordinary Vitamin C silicone formula, and that broke me out. I didn't see that with this. Maybe they use a different kind of formula. Well, obviously the ingredients are different. But in terms of like the base for it, I would use this in the morning, and I did really enjoy it. Layered well under makeup, and I did feel like I saw results as well. My favorite toothpaste, I have two of them in here. I'm currently going through another one. This is the Hello Natural Whitening Fluoride Toothpaste with farm-grown mint, tea tree, and coconut oil. I personally love natural or more natural toothpastes, and this does have fluoride in it, which I've said before I personally don't see an issue with. I have tried the fluoride free before, and that's fine, but my dad's a dentist. He is old school though, and he recommends fluoride, so I just am like, okay, I'll use fluoride and something that's more natural, so it's like the best of both worlds. It's very minty, but it's not artificially sweet, and I love that the ingredients are more clean. It's cruelty free. Yes, it's more expensive, but for my oral care, I'm like okay with that. Okay, we have a lash glue liner in here. This is the Kiss Lash Couture Biotin and Blueberry latex-free lash glue. Would I repurchase it again? Absolutely. I have one right here. I've repurchased this, I think 3 to 4 times at this point now. Kiss also has their regular lash glue. I think it's good. This is $1 more. I typically buy this one instead, but they're both really good. I love Kiss lash glues. Those are like my #1 from the drugstore. I think they do a better job than Duo in my opinion. So if you are looking for a lash glue from the drugstore, Kiss in my opinion is where it's at. Okay, and then I have this Clarisonic attachment, which I'm throwing in here because Clarisonic is discontinued as a brand. So my Clarisonic Mia is still working. So I bought some brush heads off Amazon because that's where the only place I can find them, and they're not even Clarisonic brand, but I can't buy Clarisonic anymore, so I have to buy something that's more like bootleg, if you will. Those brushes are really harsh on my skin. Definitely not as soft as these, but I also want to say I didn't like how Clarisonic changed the format of their brushes, and you see there's like a hole in the middle now, because whenever I would put soap on, it would just like fall in the middle of this hole. It's like, is this a design flaw or is this a design flaw? Like, why would there not be something in the middle? I don't know. I thought I wasted some product that way and it didn't do as effective of a job, but they're gone now anyway, so I can't repurchase it either way. All right, and then my last empty that I want to talk about is my Sally Hansen Mega Strength Ultra Shine Top Coat. I bought this months and months and months and months and months ago because I don't go through like nail polish very quickly at all. This was great. I also learned about it, I think, on TikTok or social media, but it's one of those like thicker formulas, kind of like the Seche V formula that is very thick, and as it gets older and towards the bottom, you have a really hard time getting it out because there's like barely any product and it's getting very goopy and chunky. I wouldn't repurchase this honestly, but it was good, you know, while it lasted. All right, everybody, and that was it for my last ever empties video in this setting in my apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed this rundown of all the stuff that I've gone through. I really do enjoy making these videos for you guys because it allows me to circle back to things that I may have mentioned in favorites videos or hauls or, you know, randomly. And because I've used the whole product, I'm able to tell you like how I felt about it, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products in the comments below or what you've gone through recently. I would love to know. Share with me what you would like to see from me next. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, please. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye. I gotta put all this shit back in here because I'm gonna throw this bag out as well. I don't know why I do an Aussie accent. Probably offending all the Aussies out there. Here's your mama. On a Sunday, make a lot of love on a Monday. Never know. Switching the positions for you. Okay, gotta take this thumbnail.